Hello everyone, welcome back. It's almost a new day, it's almost a new month. Like jokingly, we are in October. Wow. We thank God for preservation, for the journey so far. A lot of people started January and didn't get to this month, but you being alive is for good. So I was just thinking, I went to the car wash and a young man walked up to me and said he was a graduate and please, can he be my driver or can I employ him? I was just looking at him. He speaks well. Yes, he's really educated. So I found out he graduated but no job. I said, sorry, unfortunately I can't employ you at this time, but it was such a pity. Going to school, having the hope of getting a job, but nothing seems to comfort for this young graduate out there. So I was just thinking and I said to myself, which way Nigeria? Which way? I was born over 40 years ago in Nigeria. I experienced going to school with slates and chalks. Some of you might remember what I'm talking about. I experienced sitting on the bare floor in a classroom without tables or chairs. And just recently, I saw a picture online of a school in Rivers State where some children were in a classroom without a roof and they sat on the bare floor. Something I experienced 40 years ago is still happening. I remember those days when I used to say, in the nearest years, Nigeria will be like London. Yes, I said so. When I saw that picture of children sitting on the bare floor, I was just angry. Like, how can something that happened over 40 years ago is still happening? That means the country is undeveloped. A country so rich and yet so poor. A country with all the good resources that God has blessed us with. The same resources God blessed us with has suddenly become our greatest nightmare. A country that lacks good education is heading for destruction because the mind of the illiterate will be manipulated. Lack of good education is heading for doom. And these politicians knows this. They know this. That is why they want that side of the development dead. They send their kids abroad and kill the system here. The other day, I read in the news, Osibanjo said Nigerians should be praying that the dark cloud will soon give way for a new Nigeria. Is it prayer we came to do on it? If someone is praying, not for things that we know shouldn't be there in the first place, look at the level of insecurity. Look at the killings. Look at the kidnapping. Look at the education sector. The hostels look like open prison. Look at our hospitals. There was one I saw, inside me, I was angry. I was wondering, how will human beings go into this place? The ceilings were falling, the bed, oh my God, it was a horrible thing to look at. In this same country where we are. See the level of poverty and hunger. Nigeria is now a place where the police is now your biggest fear because you don't know if they are for you or against you. God, when will all this end? There was one time my husband was saying something. He said, if he had his way, he would send the children to the north, that the north is the best place to go to school. And in my head, I was like, I be this guy the colo. I be this guy not they live for this Nigeria with me I dey. I be in get amnesia. Whose child will you send to the north? Well, I beg, not be my children, no, I beg. This one, Boko Haram, they enter schools to go pack children as if, then keep the children for them to carry. God forbid. There was an outbreak of cholera in the north. And I saw children on drips and they were kept on the bare floor. In the same country where politicians fly out of the country for medical checkups. What kind of wicked hearts do these people have? Don't blame our brothers and sisters who risk their life daily to travel abroad. They even use road to go abroad. A lot of them die on those journeys. That one is story for another day. But come to think of it, if their country good, them not go wrong come out now. Our politicians turn the country to their personal money-making machine. It's so sad. My younger brother had a first class from Uniben. He had a master's degree and he had no job. And anytime he went for interview then, a lot of time he gets this, you mean you never traveled to do any other degree abroad? He didn't have a job. He was eventually able to get a teaching job with peanut salary. That wasn't even enough to take care of himself and his family. So one day he decided to relocate with his family to Canada. As I speak to you right now, he already got a very good paying job in Canada, got a house, and every day he says to me, "Sister, I made the best decision of my life." Nigeria is gradually killing the dreams of young men and women in this country. A country where the youth are not expected to be rich. That is why when SARS see you with laptop, the first thing that comes to their head is a Yahoo. Yes, I know Yahoo boys there. But investigate before you end people's lives. We use all our energy to pray for a better country. Meanwhile, there are countries where they don't even have religion. And they are progressing. So what makes it different? Nigeria is struggling. The name Nigeria alone is now a stain on your identity. Haba. Why now politicians? Why the greed? Why the wickedness? Why deprive the generations you are leading to be in so much pain? And tomorrow we're celebrating another Independence Day. Are we really independent? Do we have freedom of speech? Do we have freedom of religion? Or do we have freedom of journalism? Where you can protest? Where you can speak? When something is not going well, you can speak. The other day, MPs, or what do they call them, arrested their passengers for speaking. There's no freedom of speech. You can't even complain. Which way, Nigeria? Is this how long we are going to suffer? Which way, Nigeria? When are we going to get that great Nigeria back? Do you mean there are no good politicians in this country? Does it mean there are no leaders who can really do the job? We have prayed, we have fasted for this same country. Because it's not all about preaching and praying from morning till night. The politicians cannot say they don't see what is happening. They see the insecurity. They see the hunger. They see it. My brothers and sisters, in all sincerity, I'm really not happy with how far the country has gone. It now looks like Nigeria takes 10 steps forward, 50 steps backward. 20 steps forward, 100 steps backward. It's so sad and painful. I really pray that this independence will come with a real change, because enough is enough. The leaders can't keep taking us in circles. This has happened for so many years. Why can't these old people leave? Let younger people, you can be their mentor. You can say, okay, let's gather some young people to take over this position and be their mentor. You don't have to sit in power and die in power. It's so sad. It's so sad. Once upon a time, my mom said, "Blessing, I want you to relocate to Europe." And I said, no, mommy, no, I cannot. Nigeria will be like London very soon. Yes, I blessing, I said that. I was young, I didn't know anything. So now, a lot of times I'll be like, where was that dream I saw in this country? Where was that greatness I saw in this country? Instead, it's getting worse and worse. You see the hunger in the city? You see the insecurity? When you go out, you're scared, you're checking yourself out. I see how they rob in Lagos traffic. It's crazy. May God help this great country. May God help Nigeria. Even as we celebrate another Independence Day, may God really give us that independence as a country. May God give Nigeria the greatness again. Nigeria. A lot of us have hope in you. Our leaders, stop suppressing the country. Stop sitting on it and let it grow. Let Nigeria be great. Don't kill it because of your greed and selfishness. If you steal all the money in the country, you will still die one day. You are not above death. Let Nigeria grow. Let Nigeria shine. We have a lot of talented young men and women. Please, to everyone listening, I know you have a dream for this country too. As we celebrate in this month of October, may peace come into this country. May peace come into our lives, and may peace come into our home. Amen. Do have a nice day and happy Independence Day. Thank you for being with me on Real Life Talk with Blessing. Yes, I'm your host, King B. Bye.